Hi, I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings, and tonight is going to be the second part of our Walk Through the Gardens tour here in July. So I'm walking through the garden and I'm really looking for plants that are standing out as in their prime and it's simply beautiful right now. In today's series, we're going to be taking a look at the perennials that are really showing off. Let's go ahead and take a walk through the garden. Just shimmering here in the evening sunlight, here we have the Russian sage. This is a Russian sage called Denim and Lace. Denim and Lace is about 24 to 30 or so inches tall here in the landscape. And I think a lot of times, Russian sage is one of those iconic flowers that you see blooming in a lot of landscapes. And there's good reason as to why. It's a midsummer bloomer, it's drought tolerant, it likes full sun, and it really puts on a show. Let's take a closer look here at the flowers. When you look super close at them, to be honest, I can't say they're super exciting when you're looking close under like a microphone. Nope. I can't say they're super exciting when you're looking close under a magnifying glass, but as you pull away and just see this bright splash of purple in the garden, they are so stunning. A lovely clematis that is on its second bloom cycle is the pink mink clematis. Pink mink features smaller flower forms, but lots of them. You can see how there's a beautiful bicoloration going on with the lighter pink on the outer edges and the darker pink in the center. This pink mink here on our trellis is standing about 5 foot tall right now. And like I mentioned, this is its second bloom cycle, and there's so many beautiful pink flowers to enjoy here in July. If a drought tolerant perennial is something you're looking for in your garden, here we have the Heliopsis Bit of Honey. Bit of Honey features beautiful variegated foliage, so even when it's not in bloom, you've got nice foliage interest. And check out these golden yellow flowers. I love adding yellow into my perennial beds. Bit of Honey has nice double flower forms, so you can see that they're nice full flowers. And here in this planting, they're about 18 inches tall by 18 inches wide. A great plant to plant in mass if you're looking to add a bright splash of sunshine into the garden. Tall phlox are also looking stunning here in July. Here we have the tall phlox Luminary Sunset Coral. I love these coral pink blooms, extra large flowers, and they sit nicely atop this nice clean foliage. A lot of times with tall phlox, some of the older varieties, you'll notice that they're prone to powdery mildew. But with these newer varieties that we're carrying now, the foliage stays nice and clean as long as you give them good airflow and just let the air move around the plant. A bright splash of color is the Luminary Coral Sunset. When talking about coneflowers, it's hard to talk about just one variety, especially when we have so many varieties of coneflowers available here at Garden Crossings. When I plant coneflowers in my garden, I love to mix and match them. So I'll grab one of every variety and plant them together just to have that rainbow array of color. Various heights can be found, various colors can be found, and also various flower forms. So coneflowers come in single flowers as well as double flowers for your enjoyment. Which of the coneflower is your favorite color? Can you see yourself planting a rainbow array of this beauty in your garden or landscape? One thing to point out when you are creating your garden and designing your garden and trying to think of colors and such, it's not always about the flower color. Sometimes you need to take the foliage into account as well. Here we have a beautiful planting of Huka. This is the Dolce Wildberry Huka, and you can see with those coneflowers in the background, what a beautiful pairing that is. If the foliage color is dark or even a bright chartreuse color, it often makes everything else in the garden just pop by having that foliage that is complementary to other colors in your garden. These Dolce Wildberry create a nice mounding habit. Let's go in closer and you can see the little hints of kind of a pinkish to them. Nice mounds, as you can see here in this planting, and just a great grouping to accent all the other perennials that are showing off right now in the garden. If you're looking to add a long blooming perennial to your garden, this one here is the absolute longest blooming perennial in the gardens here at Garden Crossings. This is a Dicentra, otherwise known as bleeding heart. It is called Pink Diamonds. This plant started blooming early April and is in full glory right now. I anticipate we're going to see blooms until we get our first good hard frost. One thing you may be thinking if you've grown bleeding heart before is these are in full sun and how are they doing so great? Well, these are a full sun loving bleeding heart, and so they're in their happiest place right now. We do have underground sprinkling that hits them every day, so we also would recommend making sure that you're getting them proper water. But look at this, gorgeous clusters, big huge clusters of beautiful heart looking flowers. If you're looking to add vertical color to the garden, here we have a beautiful honeysuckle called Sensation. As the name implies, Sensation. It's a very fragrant honeysuckle with beautiful pale yellow blooms. We have it growing right now on a obelisk that's about 5 foot tall, but if you give it something taller, it'll grow even taller. So this is nice because it's adding that vertical height here in the top of this flower bed. When the flowers are done, although this continues to bloom all summer, but when a particular flower cluster is done, it shows beautiful red berries. So you're getting two forms of interest on this plant, not only flowers, but the beautiful berries that come after the flowers are finished. Thank you for walking through the July gardens with me. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the summer blooming perennials. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching. I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings.